Got a little update on a Marlin 1894. It's the one in 44 Magnum, and right out of the box, it was kind of having little problems. I noticed if you had it sideways, it would jam up like the lever. Not now. And what I did was, I oiled it up, operated the lever a bunch of times, and every once in a while I just pick up the rifle, and it was wearing a glove because it would kill your fingers. Then I had a piece of old belt in my Speedy Stitcher, nothing fancy, and I dyed the belt black, so I got like a leather wrap in here for nothing, so that's cool. And what I ordered, I'm going to probably order something else. Now, I'm kind of pissed off at, the work ethic that's going on in America today with a lot of stuff, and even though Remington got this picked up Marlin, and I know they were screwed up for a while because the secrets of how they made them was really all kept in with the craftsmen at New Haven, Connecticut. And when the corporation told them to go to hell, basically, the craftsman said to the corporation, go to hell. So, and the rifle was crap for at least a few years. And I heard they got better. Well, apparently not really that much better. And I don't really think it's all break-in period. It's really like, this thing was jamming up something fierce. Not anymore, but sometimes when I feed one in, I got to do like a little jiggle down here to get it in, a new live round. But it's not that bad. It doesn't do it that much. What I ordered right now, though, is you see this screw here? You got to use a slotted screwdriver, gunsmith screwdriver preferably, to take that screw out, to take the lever out, if you ever get like a real jam up, because what'll happen is, can't do this one hand. What'll happen is a lot of times if the lever, we got the dreaded Marlin jam, they've called it, the lever gets stuck in this position like that. Sometimes it could be that the screw is loose here for this loading gate, and sometimes something's worn or something's out of whack. This thing, something was just out of whack. It was, so I did a couple modifications on the lever itself, and I figure if I screw that part up, I don't really think I did, because it seems to work a hell of a lot better than it did from the factory. But if I screwed this part up, I'll just put the big loop lever on it. But what I ordered was, they got a knurled screw. Instead of like a flathead screw, it's got like it's a little thing, you can turn it with your finger. It's got little knobs all around it. And I got the one that was stainless steel. It might look stupid, but if you drop it on the ground, if it's silver, it's a hell of a lot easier to find if it's black or blue, right? Like it'd be like a blue-black color. I got the one that was stainless steel for $2 more. It'll never rust, too. Because if you're out in the field and this crap happens, oh, God, and you don't have a screwdriver with you, at least you have this thing you could take out the lever with and, get it unjammed up. The other thing I'm going to do is they have, I also did on the back side of the ejector and extractor, I polished it up a little bit on the corners. I don't know if that helped it any, but they got an aftermarket extractor. You just take the bolt out. It's real easy. You take the screw out, the bolt comes out, and you got the little bobby pin ejector, and then you have the extractor that's in the bolt. You knock out a pin, and the extractor comes out, and you just change the extractor. It's just like every gun pretty much works the same way. Inside the bolt, you got an extractor, and you got the firing pin. Different designs, but those two items are inside the bolt. And they're held in there usually by some kind of like pin. So you knock out the pin, you take out the extractor, and they got one that some guy in Texas makes that's way freaking better than the stock one. And you can operate this thing, you can make it work faster than the semi-automatic, theoretically, they tell me. I'm going to get one of those, and actually, what I'm going to do is I got the sling coming for it, a leather sling from Montana. This part with that knurled screw, it's from someplace, I don't know, one of the southern states or something. I'm not buying anything from any northeastern state. Unfortunately, the gun's made up there in the Northeast, the rifle itself. But this is an old proven design. Anything I get aftermarket for this is not coming from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, Massachusetts, or any of those damn places up there. They're coming from a southern state, or like Montana or something like that, or Utah or Idaho. It's not coming from one of the communist states. I refuse to support them in any way, shape, or form. But The beauty of this thing is I got the same rifle in a 357. That one works really, really good. But it's a Marlin. It's not a Remington Marlin. But the thing is, even this thing, Remington Marlin, whatever the hell it is, if you throw some aftermarket parts in, I don't mind doing that, but I want this 110% reliable. But the first thing I thought of is this screw. I got the knurled screw coming, and, you know, I haven't had it jam up like this anymore. It hasn't jammed up once. And even sideways, this used to jam like this when I had it sideways for some reason versus having it this way. I don't know, it seems to work a lot smoother. I took it apart and sprayed it out with starting fluid. Then I oiled it up. I just let the starting fluid cleans the crap out of everything. And it is a lot smoother. But I don't want this thing like, you know, 99% reliable. I want it like real super reliable and real quick. Because that's the whole damn point. I want simplicity. So, aftermarket parts are going to come from like Texas, Montana, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida, something like, you know, good old boy countries. I am not buying one aftermarket. I will not buy nothing that's stamped made in New York. Forget it. Kind of pissed off because, you know, they made this rifle back in 1894, and you would have got it from the factory. You'd have been slick as snot right out of the freaking box. Here you got CNC machines, and you got all these CAD-CAM computers and stuff to design things. You got lasers. And here, what the hell you doing? What do you get? What do you get? New York. New York. Yeah, I'm from up there. I know the work ethic has gone down to crap, man. The egos haven't gone down, but the work ethic has. But this thing's gotten a lot better. But like I said, you know, this didn't cost me nothing. So you can. I had an old belt. I had my Speedy Stitcher. Doesn't look that great, but when I put my hand in here, don't kill my fingers if you operate the lever a bunch of times. And the only thing I'm worried about, I don't really give a crap if it gets minute of the angle, freaking accuracy. I know some of the things that people say levers aren't as accurate as bolts. I don't care about that. I know that. I want it to work. I want it to cycle around when I operate the lever every time, and I want it to go bang when I pull the trigger and the hammer goes down. You know, provided the ammunition's good. That's what I care about. I do not care about GQ-ness or anything else like that. And, you know, in a way, if I was running that factory up there in Marlin, whatever the hell it is, up in Ithaca, New York, I'd move it. I'd move it to a southern state. I'd get the hell out of there. I would. I'm kind of sick of those idiots up there. Mr. Mario Cuomo and his dipstick freaking communist demo rats. So, I'm not buying nothing. No aftermarket part is coming from any of those states. And when you look at, if you want something really good, you can make this like freaking better than it ever was from the factory. Better than it ever was with aftermarket stuff. Usually from people that know the rifle, that actually use it, that aren't salespeople, aren't corporate people. The people are in the aftermarket. They can make anything freaking super good, and that's what I'm ordering. So, the slings from Montana, I know this bolt, whatever the hell, it's like $30 for a freaking little stainless steel screw. But you don't need a screwdriver to take it out, which is great because if you're out there in the woods, and your lever goes like this, and it's stuck, hey, what are you going to do? I don't have a screwdriver. Here's a wild boar going to chomp me now. You know what? You want that fixed. You want to be able to fix it. And next, I'm gonna probably order the extractor. I'm gonna order the extractor from a guy in Texas. There's a guy in Texas that makes a really slick extractor. You could have like 3 or 4 rounds in the air before they even hit the ground. The thing can fire faster than a semi-auto with the lever, believe it or not. You go pop, 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 pop like that. I mean, if you need it to. Of course, you know what they'll say. You know, that's too fast. I don't really give a crap, man. By the way, the biggest cockroach in the freaking world is anybody who works for the government, especially politicians. I'll leave you with that thought. Over and out.